Hello everybody. So this is going to be a free-to-play video, but we're starting on the main account because I kind of wanted to expand upon what I talked about in my last videos. In the last video, the question was raised, how easy is it to accomplish events such as fusions and fragment summons as a free-to-play? Now, while this is my main account, all I did was just save up energy. And so I did this on about I don't remember exactly because I didn't know I was going to be making this video. So I just got home from work. That's why the video is going to be out a little earlier today because I got home from work and I saw that I had maximized the rewards for the Fire Knight turn attack. And I just set this, I set this on auto with whatever energy I had when I left this morning. I want to say it was like 1700 energy or something like that, but I just said, yep, go on auto. Now I will say it was on Fire Knight hard. Level two of Fire Knight hard. But I don't consider that to be an especially quick team or anything like that. And so I don't know. I wish I had more information for you guys because I don't know how like many runs I did. So the most points I could have got was 88. So what we can do, I want to say I was getting 44 points from. I did one test run before I walked out the door because I was running late, and it was 44 points. So you'll see I'm doing it in 70. My lowest was 75 turns. So this is my team. This isn't supposed to be a video about my main account or anything like that. I just kind of wanted to show you guys, and this is the best way for me to kind of, gauge how many points I got by just letting this run here. And again, this isn't like meant to be a team that is easily accomplished by free to play or anything like that. Python was a fusion, Newt was a fusion. I got Valk from a Sacred Shard on this account. Very early on my account, in fact. She carried me through Ultra Nightmare until I finally completed my unkillable team. No, actually, sorry. We didn't unlock Ultra Nightmare until I completed my unkillable team. But I had a team long before that with Valkyrie that was very effective. Like I said, this is Fire Knight hard. That's why we have Newt in the... Well, Newt would be in the composition either way. But... and then I've got Cold Heart here for damage from her A3, but also for the multiple turns from her A1, especially with counterattack being on everybody. So that's how this team functions. Seer's just here to clear the waves. She doesn't have any reset, so the waves do take quite a while, which, by the way, is important to note. That does add up to your turn count. You do get more turn count based on how long the waves take. Now, obviously, as you can see, I would be able to do the waves without Seer. It's just going to take a very long time. And it still takes a long time because I have to wait for that. And even then, I didn't have enough buffs up to really make Seer effective there. So I might want to reconsider my wave clearing tactics on this. Please don't judge me. This is a team I built a long, long time ago. It works, and I just left it. And I don't know how much of that is RNG or not. But the biggest thing for me is I need people to get the turn meter down on Fire Knight. When we finally get to the boss, I actually have Seer with her A3 turned off. And that's because I don't want her to remove my buffs before Fire Knight takes an attack. So we open up with pretty much all of our A1s in order to just try and break this shield down before he gets a turn. And then it's timed perfectly right there that Blessed Bash gets to go off before he attacks. There's no scenario where I would have been able to reduce his turn meter enough there. So, but now we have quite a bit head start on the turn meter here. So we're able to come in, break the shield, and then start reducing that turn meter and keeping him under control. I feel like it would take way longer if I took her out for like Cryodin, but that is an option that I could consider to get some extra turn meter control But I feel like the waves would take too long if I was using Cryoden because I don't really have anybody to do enough damage to the waves. I wonder if a Crizia might be worthwhile here. While she wouldn't bring any turn control and she doesn't bring as much multi-hitting. If she can clear the waves as efficiently as Seer can, then she can also do a ton of damage to the boss. So I may experiment with that. Like I said, I haven't played with this team. I haven't tried to push it beyond stage 2, because I don't care. I'm farming it at mythical or at hard level, so there's a chance for mythical gear. That's a good enough chance for me. And I'm getting, I get good rewards from doing it here. So it's also built where I'm designing it to take hits from the Fire Knight. Like I want to get hit while we have counterattack up. But let's see. So if we have 42 points, I was like right around there. I think 44 on the test run I did before I left for work. So 40 points a run. I can't look and see what the total requirements were, but the reason I'm doing this, my point that I'm trying to make here, is that it was just leftover energy that I had. It could have been leftover energy from, it couldn't have even been from the monthly pack because I had used all my energy the tournament before it for the spider tournament the spider tournament. Turn attack tournament. So I had already used all of my energy there. Or at least a good chunk of it. So I don't know where all that extra energy came from. It could have been stuff that I got from Doom Tower. Because, I've been doing Doom Tower normal mainly for progressing. It could have been stuff I got from the missions as well, because I've been progressing missions quite a bit on the account now. I'm just looking up something real quick while I'm on here. Monday. Okay, so yeah, 12 minutes. I'll get to do my next mission. So that's what I'll be doing today. Okay, give me 1 second here. I'm going to turn off this while I log over to the other account. As far as the free to play, I've honestly just been doing, because I've already decided I'm not going for Tormin on the free to play. I do still want to progress in the event. So I'm not going to do the turn attack tournaments, but other stuff I will do. And this is what I really wanted to talk about today. Wow, that logged over really quickly. I'm happy about that. Usually it takes a while. All right, so we're on the free to play now. Ancient Shard. We're going to pull these shards to kick off this next part of the video here. Because, again, I told you, I'm still going to pull shards while there's a chance for Helicath. Because he would really open up the account quite a bit. So we're going to pull some shards. I do not have a complete amount of room. So let's first, before we pull shards, let's talk about the events going on. So the champion training event right now. I feel like 9,000 is very achievable to get this legendary skill tome, but the snow points are definitely achievable. And so I talk about this. I talk about this trick all the time, and so I'm gonna put it into practice here for you guys to see. Let's start with the Grumbler. So we want to upgrade the Grumbler. So only do this during a champion training event. Okay, I'm gonna use, because I have more of the force ones. We're gonna go ahead and use the force brews. So I'm gonna put 2 brews into this guy. Let me make sure I don't have any. I know I have some 3 stars that I could have leveled up, but for the sake of the video, and I have so many rares right now that I want to get rid of, so I don't mind doing this. I have saved a Lumberer for the fusion. So for those of you that are like, wait, careful, that's a fusion, I've already saved one of him, so I'm gonna put him in there. And then this guy. So I put 2 brews into each and every one of them. That leveled them up halfway to 15. Then I come in on Grumbler, who I want to level up, and this is for food. And so I'm going to put these guys in that I just leveled up with 2 brews, right? So 6 brews total. And so now he's a 4-star food ready to go. If I was to do it on the 2 stars, which I'll demonstrate for you here, it would be the same. It would be 1 brew. So I'm going to put 1 brew into Incubus here, or 2 different Incubuses, right? And then I upgrade the rank of this guy using the 2 level 10 guys. Right. And so what that does is that gets me extra points along the way through leveling. It's a great use of brews. It uses very little amount of brews. And this is kind of part of what I was talking about the other day, where it's also a matter of saving up resources. Now I like to keep over 100 brews on the main account. So here I am, barely over 100. I don't know that I want to use that many brews right now, especially with the potential Christmas fusion coming up. I probably won't be going for the Christmas fusion either. I can't see a scenario where I would have enough resources saved up. Ideally, before I would go for a fusion, this is just me, I would feel more comfortable being able to farm level 20 dungeons before pursuing a fusion. So I don't think the Christmas fusion is in the cards for me, which is why I'm okay going for this champion training event, because I do think the rewards are really good in it. We've got an Immortal Soulstone right here and a Legendary Skill Tome for 9,000 points. I do think I can get those point totals. We also have a champion that we really want to level right now. So we really want to upgrade the Frozen Banshee, so we need food for her. So I don't mind using my energy right now to start building up champions to become food for Frozen Banshee. I just finished leveling her to 50 today. That was part of the champions that I was leveling. So now it's just a matter of leveling up the food for her. I currently, if we look at the champions that I've been leveling today, I currently have Yaga is gonna become food. I've been leveling a 3-star for him, so I'm leveling a 4-star, a 3-star, and a 2-star at any given time. So when the 2-star hits 20, I'll replace him with another 2-star and so on. I'm probably gonna replace him with a 3-star instead, because I need to get more 4-star food to get Yaga up to 5-star. And I might take some of these weaker epics that I'm never going to use. Like Vildrax is going to be food. I'm going to keep Kinagashi. I think that's Kinagashi. You are... Yeah, Kinagashi. I'm going to keep Kinagashi because they are a good champion for Faction Wars, especially. Revives an ally, so it's a reviver with increased defense and turn meter. We do get a little bit of turn meter fill and ally attack, and some turn meter reduction on a 2x hitter here. So a decent champion that I would most likely use because of the revive for Faction Wars. So that's somebody that's really good that I would use down the line. Other champions like Burgoth probably going to get, while they are a decent healer, I feel like I might come across better options in Knights Revenant. So we'll probably use them up. I don't see a scenario where I'm really going to use Pharsalis. So that Pharsalis would probably be fed as well. So, but the goal right now is to work towards getting Frozen Banshee to 6 stars. If we can do that, I don't think we're going to get her all the way up, but if we can work towards that while also gaining the resources of this champion training event, including a legendary book and an Immortal Soulstone, we'll be sitting pretty good. Reset is coming up here very shortly, 6 minutes. And so our next one, I don't get the bonus energy anymore. I didn't know that. But we do have 650 energy coming up here in a couple days. Now, the event will be done by then, so that really doesn't matter that much. But I really am sad that they took my energy away. See, I used to like get the energy on those all those days. I didn't realize they did that. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna be leveling up, and as far as energy goes, I mean, I'm gonna be getting energy. So my weekly reset is today, so I'll be able to get a whole bunch of access to more energy down here through ascending champions, and things like that. Furthermore, we have completed Venomage. Venomage is now 6 stars. I fully ascended Venomage today. That's kind of where I got some of that energy from that I was today on spending because I completed the weekly Ascension quest, which got me another energy potion. So I've been doing that. But I do feel confident that while I may spend some gems or maybe even some of the potions here, um, to complete this champion training event all the way through, just because the rewards are good. That Immortal Soulstone could be really good for the account, as well as the Legendary Skill Tome. Hell, even the Epic Skill Tome is going to be good. And I'd like to be able to get those going into Clan v Clan. So this event is 2 days and 9 hours. So it'll be going all of Monday and all of Tuesday, I believe, if I'm understanding that correctly. So yeah, it'll be going during Clan v Clan. That's where I'm going to be putting all my energy during Clan v Clan. Also, keep in mind, I'll be getting additional energy during Clan v Clan from the Clan v Clan rewards as well. So we will be getting a lot of resources coming up. That's going to be very beneficial to the account. I am going to wait 4 more minutes to go ahead and summon these 3 shards, because that's also going to double dip for my dailies, because the daily will reset. So I'm going to try and find another way to vamp for you guys and get talk about what's going on the account. We did talk about Venomage. I haven't done masteries on Venomage yet. I'm going to use gems to do that. And then so as far as books go, if we look at my skills here, so I have 14 epic books. I think we said Geomancer is 5. That's 9. 15 books. I hope I don't have to put all of my books into Geomancer. So what I'm going to do is put them in one at a time. So it's very common. And look, come at me in the comments if I'm wrong, because I would love to know if I'm wrong. This is just how I feel. I feel like when I put books in, if I dump all 6 books, like book, and hit upgrade, I feel like they always go into the same ability. Like I feel like I do that, and then I get like 5 into the A1 and 1 into the A2 or something like that. So what I'm going to do, and again, I don't know if this is a true thing or not, is go 1 book at a time and see where they land. I really don't care if I get books in either of these abilities. I only want books in Quicksand Grasp. That's the only place that I want books to go. So ideally, I will keep using books until this cooldown is reduced to a 3-turn cooldown. At that point, I would stop using books on Geomancer and start putting them into Venomage. And what we're looking to upgrade on Venomage is A3 and kind of the A1. I'm not really interested in the A2. If stuff lands there, okay, but I'm probably going to turn this off because I already have a decreased defense and decreased attack champion. Now, if I ever get to a point where I upgrade Ursula, I may want to turn that back on. The problem is upgrading Ursula, I would lose my increased attack buff. So I really don't know who would replace Ursula for me. And then as far as the legendary books go, those will be going on to Ultimate Death Knight. Because I think Sun Wukong is done. No, Sun Wukong's not done. Um, no, I don't really care though about the A1. It would be nice to get some extra damage on there, but with only 3 books, I would finish him out. But I really want these on UDK much more. As you can see, I dumped a ton of books, and this is kind of what I'm talking about. I just put 5 books on him the other day, or yeah, 5 books. You'll see 4 of them landed on the A1, and 1 of them landed on the A2. When all I want is cooldown on the A3. That's really all I want out of Ultimate Death Knight. So books will go into UDK unless I pull something very interesting here. From these shards. So we're going to go ahead and pull these. This will get the quest done, and there's a chance that I might get a good champion, so let's see what happens. Also, I want to say, I think I'm cursed pulling shards while recording. Because on my free-to-play, I pulled a mythical champion off recording. And I think I just YOLO'd my primals during the Primal 2X event. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to pull these primals, whatever. And I got Lady Mikage. And like, I always get these crazy pulls when I'm not recording. See, when I'm recording, I get a whole bunch of rares, right? But when I'm not recording, that's when I get the crazy pulls. So I was thinking about it today. I was like looking at my phone today while I was at work on a break, and I'm like, man, I could pull one of these right now. I bet you my luck would change. So, that is probably going to be the last time that I pull shards for this progressive chance. On the upside, my mercy's getting higher and higher and higher. So I'm not doing a full calculator, and I would recommend, if you're real serious about your mercy, to keep track of what you're pulling. You can write it down. You can take note of it, like on like a notepad or something, if you're playing on PC like I am. Or even like a text message, like send a text message to yourself or a Facebook message, or just use, notes app in your phone or whatever, and just write down, oh, I pulled, 10 shards or whatever. That way you can kind of know, because if a 2X event, or not a 2X, but a double legendary event was to pop up here, I would probably go for that too, just given how many shards I've pulled. And it's not even necessarily a mercy thing at that point. Mercy is the guaranteed chance, but it's also kind of a numbers game. I've been pulling so many shards, like I'm due, you know what I mean? Like on my main account, I pull 60 voids and get I think Acrizia was pulled on like 60 voids or something like that. So between my last legendary and her, so like it happens, and that was during a non 2x event too. So there is a chance, and if there's a chance to get a double legendary, or a really 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 like account changing legendary like Helicath, I'm gonna go for it. So we'll call it a video there. Keep this one short since the other ones lately have been so long. I think that's kind of everything, but I hope that what I showed you kind of demonstrates that and again, that is a paid account. It's very possible some of that energy was from the monthly pack. That's really the only thing that I buy on that account, is the monthly pack. Now my monthly pack is a little bit higher, so I think the energy was like 1,250. But like I said, when I left today, it was 1,700 energy on that account. It's at 0 now, or well, like 70. But yeah, that wasn't anything, where I was like buying energy potions or anything like that. So the difference is that I'm farming it consistently at a higher level, with better champions, therefore my turns are faster. But even then, 44 points was only half the amount of points that I would normally get but I get a lot of extra points because I'm doing it on hard too. So we look at the event. Fire Knight turn attack, info. Um, yeah, I mean, if I'm doing it quickly on 25, I actually probably would have been more efficient if I used a team on stage 25. I probably would have done better because I could have had a lure and basically make it so Fire Knight never takes a turn at all, which would theoretically make it go faster, provided I have enough damage to burn him down quickly. So, um, there's definitely some options out there. But again, we don't really know how many turns are associated with how many points, right? But I'm getting about 40 points per turn, or per run, and that was enough to get me the max points on that account, which is different from these numbers. Don't go off these numbers. This account is not as progressed as that, so these numbers would probably be quite different than what we're seeing on that account. To achieve the rewards that I achieved. So, but yeah, all right. Well, thank you all for watching. Hey, my subscriptions have been going up, so thank you guys for subscribing. If you're new to the channel, a new subscriber, I don't really say much about it. I try not to like beg for subscriptions as much. Nothing against that. It's just for me, I don't really want to be like, I just want to, I don't know. Maybe I'm probably wrong for doing so, but I'm not a big, I'll put something like this in a video every now and then and be like, hey, so but they've been going up without me having to say anything. So thank you guys for being a fan. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all the comments and the likes. It's really been helping the channel. It feels like it's really growing and becoming something very fun. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.